Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Holly admits something. Breathlessly, Leo said at Jude's christening that he had something vital to say. Sloane said, "Leo, what are you doing?" "What I should have done from the very beginning," replied Leo. Leo declined the priest's request for a private confession when he was asked. "This is something I need to say in front of everyone," stated Leo. Sloane shook her head no, silently begging Leo to keep Jude's true origin a secret. She had tears in her eyes. Nicole murmured to EJ, "I've been to a lot of interrupted Salem weddings, but a christening?" JE agreed with a nod. Eric remarked, "Leo, don't make me regret inviting you." JE volunteered to put Leo under arrest. Melinda gave Jude to Sloane because she was fussing. Leo gazed at the infant for a brief while. Leo stumbled, "What I neglected to say, well, the truth is," Leo sighed as he turned to see the statue of the mother and child. "Well, I didn't disclose that I am covering today's blessed event for the society pages of The Spectator. Therefore, if anyone has any objections to having their photograph being taken, speak now or forever hold your peace," Leo said. Though sighing with satisfaction, Sloane looked rattled. "Was Leo finished?" inquired the priest. "While I have the floor, I would also like to say I know a lot of people here have suffered losses. Speaking for myself, I lost the love of my life. Not to death, but still, my heart aches for him and always will. Nicole and EJ lost their baby, which was a terrible loss. And I know that is just the tip of the iceberg of losses that people gathered here today have suffered. But precious baby Jude, who is being christened here today, has his entire life in front of him. And that brings us hope. And I am honored to be his fairy godfather," Leo continued. "Two godfathers for the price of one. He is one lucky kid," remarked Brady. Melinda tried to smile despite the tears in her eyes. As everyone applauded, Leo let out a long sigh. Eric lighted a candle while Eric gave Jude to Brady. "Parents and godparents, this light is entrusted to you to be kept burning brightly. This child of yours has been enlightened by Christ. He is to walk always as a child of the light. May he keep the flame of faith alive in his heart," stated the priest. John was so overcome that he murmured to Marlena that he had to go outdoors. Marlena trailed after him. John said, "Why don't you go back inside?" "I'm okay." After what he had done, John acknowledged that he had felt uneasy in the house of the Lord. "But isn't this really the best place?" "God's mercy has no bounds," Marlena replied. John was reminded by Marlena to be grateful for the day's gifts. "Forget about your own pain for right now. Just for the one day, you know? And if you can't do that for yourself, then maybe you can do that for me, because it's very hard to see you suffering," said Marlena. Marlena contended that John could forgive himself if Constantine could. The baptism ended inside the church, and Teresa went to see Tate. Marlena dragged Leo into a corner across the room and asked him about the act he had committed. "It's a happy ending," Leo remarked. Nicole and EJ informed Holly that they were going to the party at home. Holly said, "I'll see you in a few." Nicole reluctantly nodded and walked out with EJ. Holly blew out her candle. Eric promised to meet Melinda and Sloane at the car when he saw Holly. Eric used the opportunity of the empty church to speak with Holly as the women left. Leo ran into Sloane and Melinda outside the chapel. Leo replied, "I smell a lecture coming on. While I am very grateful you didn't blow our baby swap secret sky high in the middle of Jude's christening, how should I say this? Are you insane?" Sloane responded. Leo said that the scene and Nicole's dejection had overpowered him. "I was compelled to do right by Nicole and EJ," Leo stated. "Until EJ mentioned calling the authorities and you realized how much trouble you would be in," Melinda barked. Leo concurred it was a contributing factor in his decision to renounce his confession. Sloane went on to say that Leo had not considered how Melinda or her might be affected by the confession. Leo had obviously not considered that he might forfeit his dinner ticket should the truth come to light, according to Melinda. I glanced at Nicole and thought about that pouty teen Holly and what a hot mess she's turned out to be, and I thought it might be best for everyone if I kept my mouth shut. So, I did, Leo said. Melinda and Sloane gave Leo a dagger-like look. Leo vowed not to give in to pressure once more to reveal their wrongdoings. Holly was in the church, sobbing. "What is it?" inquired Eric. "If I tell you something, will you promise not to tell anyone else?" Holly responded. Eric saw that he could maintain Holly's trust even if he was no longer a priest. Holly acknowledged feeling embarrassed about her secret. "The night that I owed, I'm 100% sure the drugs I took weren't Tate's." "Because they were mine," Holly admitted. Eric assured Holly he wasn't there to pass judgment. "I promise I won't tell anyone." "But I insist that you tell your parents," Eric replied. Holly declined. Holly said, "Tate even said I shouldn't." Eric was perplexed and asked Holly if she thought Tate would rather live in a halfway home than have Holly come clean with her parents. Holly countered that she was telling lies to keep her mother safe. Eric assured Holly that Nicole had the fortitude to accept the reality. "You're in agony, all because of this. Tate is suffering because of your behavior," Eric stated. Holly concurred. Eric counseled Holly to be honest with Tate as well as with herself. Sloane came back to tell Eric that they had to get out to the reception even though he was still hugging Holly. Tate spoke aloud from his journal in the halfway house, explaining that he ought to have come clean about the drug overdose right away. "I lied because I don't want Holly to get in trouble. And then the only one who gets in trouble is me," Tate stated. For the sake of her mother's sake, Tate wondered out loud why he'd told Holly to keep lying. "I know why. Because I wanted her to think I was this totally selfless person," Tate said. Tate snorted and referred to himself as weak. Tate declared, "I only have myself to blame." It would take a miracle to get Tate out of the halfway home, he murmured, so he hoped his family prayed for him. Tate questioned Teresa about the christening when she arrived. Teresa mentioned that Brady had been a proud godfather and that Jude had performed well. Tate predicted that he would be a huge success. Tate was encouraged to tell his father that by Teresa. "Why? Is it because he thinks I'm a screw-up?" replied Tate. Teresa gave a start. "No, it's because he thinks he is, and we both know he isn't," responded Teresa. "Brady was a decent father," Teresa argued. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.